আমি এবার মেঘনাথ দাকে ডেকে নেব। আমাদের কিছুদিন আগে চলে গিয়েছেন কেপি সাসি, কেরালার চলচ্চিত্র পরিচালক, সমাজকর্মী, এবং আমাদের দুর্ভাগ্য যে আমরা তার অন্তত 2 বা 3টি ছবি আমাদের ফেস্টিভ্যালে দেখিয়েছিলাম একাধিকবার, কিন্তু তিনি নানা কারণে আসতে পারেননি। ব্যক্তিগতভাবে আমরা যখন একটা বইয়ের কাজ করছিলাম তখনও কথা হয়েছিল, মেঘনাথ দা মধ্যস্থতা করেছিলেন যে সাসি আমাদের সেখানে ইন্টারভিউ দেবেন বা লিখবেন, সেটাও হয়নি। এই কিছুদিন আগে যখন আমরা ঝাড়খণ্ড গেছিলাম মেঘনাথ দার ওখানে একটা কাজে, তখন মেঘনাথ দাই মজা করে সাসিকে ফোন করেছিলেন যে এরা যাচ্ছে ব্যাঙ্গালোরে, তোমরা কি দেখা করো? তো বললো হ্যাঁ, দেখা করবো। তারপর কিন্তু কোনোভাবেই আমরা প্রায় 10 বছর ধরে, তিনিও আমাদের কথা জানতেন, আমরাও তার কথা জানতাম, তার ছবি দেখাতাম, কিন্তু কোনো কারণে এই 10 বছরে একবারও আমাদের দেখা সাক্ষাৎ হয়নি। তো যখন আমরা তাকে ফিরে দেখছি তখন আমি ভাবছিলাম যে আপনারা হয়তো সাসির নাম যারা জানেন বা জানেন না, তারা একটা গানের নাম জানেন, গাও ছোড়া নাহি। মেঘনাথ দা সেই গানটা লিখেছিলেন, আর সাসি সেই গানটা নিয়ে একটা ভিডিও বানিয়েছিল। আমরা যখন ছোট তখন ওই গানটা ভয়ঙ্কর বিখ্যাত হয়েছিল, মানে লোকের মুখে মুখে সেই গানটা ফিরত। এবং একদিক দিয়ে দেখতে গেলে শশীর সাথে মেঘনাথদার কাজে অনেক মিল আছে। মানে এক ধরনের সামাজিক সচেতনতার জায়গা থেকে দুজনেই ছবি বানাতে এসেছিলেন, এবং এবং ছবি বানাতে গিয়ে সেই আগের সামাজিক সচেতনতাকে তারা কখনো ভুলে যাননি। মানে এক ধরনের কখনো কখনো অ্যাক্টিভিস্ট ফিল্মমেকার শব্দটিকে একটা পেজরেটিভ ভাবে ব্যবহার করা হয়, কিন্তু শশী হয়তো সেরকম মানুষ ছিলেন যিনি ওই ধরনের অর্থহীন যে বাক্যালাপ বাহাস, সেটার থেকে উঠে উঠে সত্যিকারের একদিকে অ্যাক্টিভিস্ট এবং আরেকদিকে ফিল্ম মেকার হতে পেরেছিলেন। তিনি দুটো ফিকশন মানে যাকে আমরা বলি কাহিনী চিত্র নির্মাণ করেছিলেন। তার প্রথম কাহিনী চিত্র ছিল কেরালার মানে পিতৃতন্ত্র নিয়ে, এবং সেটি জাতীয় পুরস্কার পেয়েছিল। পুরস্কার পাওয়াটা অবশ্যই কোনো বড় ব্যাপার নয়, কিন্তু যেটা বড় ব্যাপার ছিল যে তিনি তথ্যচিত্র কাহিনী চিত্র দুটোর জগতে স্বচ্ছন্দ ছিলেন। যেরকমভাবে তিনি স্বচ্ছন্দ ছিলেন সারা ভারতের জল জমিন জঙ্গলের লড়াইয়ের সাথে, ঠিক সেভাবেই তিনি সিনেমা বানানোর সাথে স্বচ্ছন্দ ছিলেন। এই যখন আমরা এই ঝাড়খণ্ডে গেছিলাম তখন মেঘনাথ দা মজা করে ফোন করে বললেন যে তুমি হচ্ছে এই এই আমাদের ভারতবর্ষে, মানে শশীকে ফোন করে বলেছিলেন যে তুমি হচ্ছে ভারতবর্ষের ঋত্বিক ঘটক, তাই তো? তো সেটা বলতে গিয়ে তো মজার কথা বলেছিলেন যে সেটা বলবেন নিশ্চয়ই, আমি সেখানে ঢুকছি না, স্পয়লার দিচ্ছি না, কেন বলেছিলেন। কিন্তু মজার কথা হচ্ছে যে শশী কাজে একটা ভয়ঙ্কর বোঝা নিয়ে জন্ম নিয়েছিলেন। তিনি ছিলেন কেরালার খুবই প্রবাদ প্রতিমে একজন কমিউনিস্ট নেতার সন্তান, এবং সেই ঘাড়ের বোঝা তার উপর আমার মনে হয়েছে তার লেখাপত্র পড়ে যে অনেকদিন ধরেই বেশ চেপে বসেছিল। কিন্তু উনি যেটা সক্ষম হয়েছিলেন যে উনি নিজের মতো করে একটা পথ তৈরি করতে সক্ষম হয়েছিলেন। তার জন্য তার বাবা দলের সাথেও বেশ অনেকবার বেশ বিতর্ক হয়েছে, ঝগড়া হয়েছে, বিশেষ করে যখন পরিবেশের প্রশ্নে কেরালায় তিনি কাজ করছেন, যখন কেরালার বামপন্থী সরকারও পরিবেশের প্রশ্নে ঠিক কাজের কাজ করছেন না, তখন অনেকবার তিনি তার বিরুদ্ধে দাঁড়াতে হয়েছে তাকে। শশীর ক্ষেত্রে খুব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ আমার মনে হয়েছে যে পরিবেশকে মানে চিন্তা এবং মানে ছবি বানানোর ক্ষেত্রে গুরুত্ব দেওয়া। নর্মদা আন্দোলনের উপর খুব প্রথম দিকের ছবি সেটা শশী বানিয়েছেন, সম্ভবত প্রথম ছবি শশী বানিয়েছিলেন, এবং কেরালায় যখন সাইলেন্ট ভ্যালিতে প্রোটেস্ট হচ্ছে তখনও সেটা নিয়েও ছবি বানিয়েছিলেন। অর্থাৎ 90-এর দশকের শুরুর দিকে সারা ভারত জুড়েই যে সামাজিক আন্দোলন আস্তে আস্তে পরিবেশকে গুরুত্ব দিচ্ছিল, সেটা কোথাও মেধা পাটেকারের নেতৃত্বে, কোথাও শঙ্কর গ্রহণীয়কের নেতৃত্বে, সেটারই যেন একটা ছাপ যেন এই চলচ্চিত্রকারদের কাজে ভাবনায় এসে পড়েছিল। শশী সেই কারণে একটা খুব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ প্রজন্মের প্রতিনিধি, এবং আমরা খুব দুর্ভাগ্য যে তাকে আমরা হারিয়েছি মাত্র 64 বছর বয়সে। তার থেকেও যেটা আমাদের কাছে তার থেকে শিক্ষণীয় ছিল যে একদিকে যদি প্রায় হিন্দি হার্টল্যান্ড এবং একটা উত্তর দিকে এবং অনেক সময় দক্ষিণেও আনন্দ পাটবর্ধন ছবি নিয়ে ছুটে গেছিলেন, শশী কিন্তু প্রথম থেকেই এক ধরনের কালেকটিভ ভিউইং বা কালেকটিভ ছবি দেখানোর ক্ষেত্রে গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ভূমিকা নিয়েছিলেন। যখন অন্য কিছু হচ্ছে না সেখানেও কিন্তু যেহেতু ওখানে ওডেসা কালেকটিভ ছিল, ওডেসা কালেকটিভের ধারাবাহিকতায় শশী কিন্তু আমাদের এখানে ছবি দেখিয়েছিলেন। ফলে আমরা যারা ছবি দেখানোর কাজ করি, ছবি বানানোর সাথে সাথে, তাদের কাছে শশীর জীবন অবশ্যই ভয়ঙ্করভাবে শিক্ষণীয়। আমাদের খুব ভালো হতো যদি হয়তো এই বছর বা তার পরের বছর তিনি এখানে আসতেই পারতো। তিনি যে আসেননি, এটাই জীবনের, সমাজের বেঁচে থাকার কৌতুক। সেই কৌতুককে মাথায় রেখে আমি মেঘনাথ দাকে ডেকে নেব। মেঘনাথ দার পরিচয় আমাদের দর্শকের কাছে নতুন করে দেওয়ার কিছুই নেই। মেঘনাথ দাকে ঝাড়খণ্ডের পরিচালক বলে থেকে ছোট করা হয়। মেঘনাথ দা আন্দোলনের পরিচালক। মেঘনাথ দার হাত দিয়ে ঝাড়খণ্ডের জীবন, ঝাড়খণ্ডের বাস্তবতা, ঝাড়খণ্ডের আন্দোলন দীর্ঘদিন ধরে রূপ পেয়েছে। মেঘনাথ দার গাড়ি লোহার ডাঙা মেল যারা দেখেছেন তারা মনে রেখেছেন যে মানে জনগণের সংস্কৃতি কি হতে পারে সেটা যেন ওই ছবিটি তার একটা পরিচয় মাত্র। এবং মেঘনাথ দার যেরকম জীবন একইভাবে অ্যাক্টিভিজমের সাথে বা সামাজিক কাজকর্মের সাথে মিশে গেছে, এবং সেখানে যে এক ধরনের যাকে ক্যাথলিজম বলা হয়, মানে খুব সংকীর্ণতা, যে আমরা যারা একটু সামাজিক কাজকর্ম করি আমরা অনেক সময় খুব সংকীর্ণ হয়ে যাই, মানে এটা ঠিক এটা ভুল, তুমি খারাপ আমি ভালো, এর বাইরে গিয়ে যে অনেক মানুষের সাথে মেলামেশা, এবং সেটা আসলে সেটা ছিল বলে তার ছবিতেও ওই ক্যাথলিসিজম খুব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ মাত্রা রেখেছে। I'll call upon stage Meghnath Da to talk about KPFF, whom we lost very recently, who was a pioneering filmmaker from Kerala.
Friends, I don't know to talk, and that's the reason I make film. But since Kosturi and Deepan had asked me to be here, so I will try my best to fulfill what they wanted. Before I start on Sasi, I want to tell that I'm great that I am here for this 9th festival. If I am not wrong, in the beginning 1 or 2, I was in the first or second when they had their meeting in Jadavpur University hall. And from there I have seen throughout this decade what miracle work they are doing, what beautiful work they are doing to popularize films. Healthy film for healthy society. Healthy film for healthy society. That is what they are doing. And not only they are showing films. I am very proud to see Kosturi and Darpai come out with a beautiful book towards people's cinema. First time since in the last 2 decades, people like documentary filmmakers are coming into focus, and I want to thank for that. Finally, like the French film movement and the group like Godard, who started as a film critic and film activist and became a filmmaker, here I see also Kosturi and Darpai are taking up that space also, and I tell you what beautiful film SD was, and what a great film this Bid for Bengal. After seeing that film, I just phoned to Anand and we were laughing. What great film it is. Anyhow, coming to Sasi, I would not have been a filmmaker if Sasi was not there. I wouldn't have been a filmmaker. In the middle of 80s, when I was thinking of shifting from what I was doing to something else, then some of my friends told me, Meghnath, you are a very good still photographer now. Why don't you take up to cinema? I was so angry on him and I said, क्या बोल रहे हो? मैं हेमा मालिनी का नाच करेगा? I was also a donkey that time. That cinema means Hema Malini ka naach, nothing more than that. But then some of my friends told me, no. Cinema is much more than that, much more than that. And they took me to Delhi. I was taken to in a place called Sendit, a group that was working on cinema. And there I met KP Sasi. Maybe it was 88 or 89. And last 34 years, we were together till he could speak. And I tell you that Anand Patwardhan was my friend. He was my friend, but he was an activist friend of, Hoshangabad Vigyan. Tapan Bose was my friend, but he was a friend like a human rights activist. They, as a filmmaker, I could understand when Sasi tried to show those films and talk to me. How Anand Patwardhan, how Tapan Bose films are continuity of films division film, but in a very radical way. Because Tapan himself was working with Sukhdev, so how Sukhdev's radicalism came in Tapan and how Tapan comes out with film like Bhopal Beyond Genocide, an Indian story. Same way, how Anand brings out the whole Latin American type of cinema to India, and how his film, like the film division film, the commentary will talk a lot, but how Anand Patwardhan film, the film will talk and not the commentary. So all this thing is coming out to me when I and Sasi is sitting and seeing the film and discussing on film, and that is how I can say that I am a filmmaker because I had a friend like Sasi. Sasi, luckily, his student days were the days of vibrant Delhi JNU politics of 1970s, where emergency there, before emergency, after that, all university, and that is how I can say that Sasi is coming into things. His political thoughts is developing. Second, his creativity. His creativity was in his cartoon drawings. He was an excellent person in doing satire. Even in difficult positions, he will crack jokes that will make you feel relief. And that is the how good quality of a cartoonist. So he joined that Bombay group, Free Press General, as a cartoonist. And there again, he is meeting many other political friends there. Those friends are maturing him in political thinking, and this political thinking are maturing into the drawings. I am here, the day Sasi was not there, Vinayak Dai is here. I got a call from Shahid Hospital, Chhattisgarh Mukti Morcha, that Meghnath, we have lost Sasi. Sasi's cartoon is to help us in Chhattisgarh Mukti Morcha struggle so much. Sasi was making cartoon for different struggle. If you try to, I think that within few months we will have one of his cartoon books into English and Hindi version. How Narmada Andolan, I still remember how this capital is being kicked out by a farmer like that. And so many way of Sasi's drawing. I tell you, even after Godra, he made a t-shirt. And in the t-shirt, he had all the skeletons of Godra. And the commitment of Sasi, I was in Bangalore, and for some reason, Sasi had to go out of Bangalore, so he asked me, Meghnath, visit that protest, there everyone will be there with our t-shirt. I normally don't wear t-shirt in outside the house, outside house. So I didn't wear any. When he returned, he saw many others, and he saw that Meghnath wearing the same type of kurta and pajama. You Brahminic fool! You cannot wear a t-shirt. That is his commitment. That is his this thing. So I will come about his cartoon later on. So if someone of you have seen Gaon Chorabnai, not only heard but seen the thing, see his worldly drawings there, see his that नेता बने कंपनी के दलाल और बंदूक चलाने वाला, all those drawings are Sasi's drawing. coming to his films and subject. If you ask me to sum up his films as a subject, that will take me to Sukanta Bhattacharya's poetry, Obak Prithvi. প্রত্যহ যারা ঘৃণিত আর পদানত, দেখো আজ তারা সবেগে সমুদ্যত, তাদেরই দলের পেছনে আমিও আছি, তাদেরই দলের পেছনে আমিও আছি, তাদেরই মধ্যে আমিও যে মরে বাঁচি, তাই তো চলে এসেছি দিনপঞ্জিকা লিখে, বিদ্রোহ আর বিদ্রোহ চারিদিকে, বিদ্রোহ আর। So Sasi for the last 4 decades was documenting all these vidrohs. If you try to see the subjects that Sasi was dealing, was everywhere, wherever the people's movement is there, he is there with his stain gun, that is the camera. He is there with his gun and documenting that. That is overall Sasi. If you try to see who are he dealing with, so he was taking side with the marginalized and oppressed. They may be peasant, they may be worker, they may be fish workers, they may be Dalit, they may be Adivasi, they may be women, they may be transgender. He is there. He's talking about them, their voice, what is the problem. Another important thing of his subject dealing was, he was there to oppose all destructive development that is going on, to put a nail on your head to explain what is this destruction, what is this. That is how he was taking up his subject. And I tell you some of his films, he has a lot of things, but I will try. His early 4 films in the end of 80s is In the Name of Medicine. He's talking about this multinational and their medical and their practices, the unethical practices, the earning that they are doing, all these multinational agents. He's talking about how we are not implementing Hati Committee report, where essential drugs and how to. In Bangladesh, Rafirullah Chaudhary is talking about essential drugs. There are many doctors and people, doctors movement. Dr. Vinayak Sen is here, they are doing, and in that film he is talking about the medicine and the politics, and trying to tell you and me that we are just the guinea pig of the medical industry. His next film, We Who Make History, is talking about the fish worker struggle. You see how these big trawlers and big companies in the fish industry are killing those small catamaran, small fishermen and their livelihood. He's fighting on that, and all over India, wherever that struggle is there, he is there with his camera, documenting that. His third film is Living in Fear. He's talking about the nuclear radiation in a rare earth factory in Kerala, and what are the effects of those nuclear radiation. How does the children with all type of deformities are coming up, how people are getting so much of cancer, why, how, and all thing together. He's coming out with the film on Narmada, Valley refuses to die. He's trying to tell us what is this damn thing, this multi-hydral project. This is trying to tell us that this is needed for electricity and water and dam and irrigation. Is what stupid it is. See, this is there, this is alternative, this could have been done, that could have been done. He is talking in the end of 80s, and I tell you, my friends, don't mind my telling this, here in Bengal, after 25 years, we had Nandigram and Songu. And then also some understood and some didn't understood what it was. So that is where, how far-sighted Sasi was. How he was trying to work out things. His films in the night, I was trying to find out whether I can categorize his film into environment, woman. And then I said, no. That type of categorization will not work. Because his film had environment and other subject, other exploitation, everything crisscrossing each other. One of the important films he made in the 90s was The Wing of Cockrobaloo. This Wing of Cockrobaloo is a village near Mysore where migratory birds come, and how poor villagers from their heart love those migratory birds, and how bird and the villagers stay together. That's the only thing. So he is talking about this man-animal conflict, man-bird conflict that we see here and there. He is talking how friendship can work together, how love can work together. That is one of the films that I remember was very significant in 1994. And after that, as the poem has said, he made two fiction films. One is Illoy Mulyam, that is on how violence, and especially psychological violence on women in Kerala. What is the state of that? Like I will say that film I used to talk with him, like Satyajit Roy. Satyajit Roy is coming out with Aranye Din Ratri and his last trilogy, Shaka Proshaka, Ganosotru and Aguntuk. There he is trying to bring a mirror to the Bengali society, Bengali middle class, see where you stand. Sasi also is trying to make a mirror, take a mirror to the Malayali society and try to say, see where you stand. See, when we are trying to say we are the most educated in India, we are the most this in India, we are the most that in India, see where do we stand. And that is what Illoy Mulyam was for Sasi. The second one is Ek Alag Mausam. This is a film on HIV and AIDS. In those 90s, it was like a havoc for them, a lot of reality, a lot of myths and everything is going up and down. Sasi is coming out, what is the reason, where it starts, where it goes, and who pays for it, how women pay with HIV and AIDS. So when I am trying to say, his two films, all his documentaries are pro people in their own ways, but also his fiction is not entertainment in itself. His fiction is also talking in depth of a group of people who are oppressed, women. In 2000, after 2000, there was a very beautiful thing happened. Beautiful means it's not beautiful at all, but there was a Kashipur firing. And Sasi is there with his gun, that is the camera, and Sasi is shooting a film. I was also there, I shot a film, and Amar Kanwar were also there. So I and Amar Kanwar went into making the same type of thing with 5 developmental vials. And Kashipur was one. My film was called Development Flow from the Barrel of the Gun. And Amar Kanwar's film was Freedom, and Sasi's film was Development at Gunpoint. And after we had made this film, we saw, and so we laughed, and later on we showed all these 3 films together, wherever and whenever we had this thing. And as I am singing for you, Taderi Doler Pechone Amio Achi, Amio Tari Ponjika Likchi, I can see in his Kashipur film, Sasi is quietly walking in the Michil, in the Julus. He is there in the frame. Then later on in the 2000, he is again coming up with films like Source of Life for Sale, Resisting Coastal Invasion. I made Resisting Coastal Invasion into Hindi for him called Sagar Tat Ke Saudagar. They were talking, these films are talking about how multinationals and others are trying to take over the seashores from Kerala to Andhra. How the seashores are, how special economic zones are dangerous to the environmental things of the shore and the coastal zones, how that will destroy coast, how it is encroaching inside the land, how the approach is. So all this he is going, and as I tell you, Sasi is going with science. All his films are talking about science, from In the Name of Medicine, Rare to this. He is talking with the scientists, and science is coming up one after the other. His film, his film is very remarkable this time for redefining peace. He is talking about redefining peace when he is talking about how Medha Patekar, Vandana Shiva, Sharmila Irom, C.K. Janu, how they are, so in front you can see resisting things, but how it is also talking about peace. How feminine and peace has a relationship. Like when, if you see Anand Patwardhan film, Father, Son and Holy War, Pita Putra Dharam Yudh, where Anand is discussing what is the relation between patriarchy and war. And here we will see Sasi. Sasi is talking about how feminine has relation to peace. So that is his film, Redefining Peace. Then when we proceed to 2010 plus or forward, important film is Fabrication. And after, that is in 2014, and 2016, Violence from the Ruins. You see, whether there are many in the audience, and including, we are all sometimes atheists. But with all our atheism also, we are secular. And what is the role of a secular? The role of a secular is to respect the other person who is there. And if there is a fascist force who is trying to calculate some, कुछ खिचड़ी बना रहे हैं और वो कैसा बना रहे हैं खिचड़ी, उसको expose करना भी हमारा काम है. That is also our duty. And that is what Sasi was doing when he was making Fabrication, where he was showing how the majority fascist force today was trying to develop a Islamophobia within us and trying to put things on. And there was this Abdul Nasir Madani, how he was falsely and how he is still in jail. Even few months before, he was telling Meghnath, we have to do some festivals in Kerala on different things. Even before 2.5 months, when all these new things of Islamic organization banding by the BJP government, I phoned him and he was sick, but still he had at least 1.5 hours he gave me all the 4 different groups of Islamic organization that is there, who is what is there, and he was explaining it. Same thing when it comes to Odisha and Kandhamal, that is the majoritarian rights on the Christianity. And there we see how Sasi plays his role, not only by making a film, like Anand Patwardhan when he makes a film, he is there also with his team to go and show the film. When he is making a film, Bombay our city, and the slummies come going out, Anand is sitting for a fast there. Same thing here we will see. When Kandhamal he is making, he is there also with the People's Tribunal. And now before I come to Sasi, and as an activist, I will try to say something about some important thing that we saw in Sasi in last 10 years. That is his music video. When you try to see his film, America, America, America ke kan mane kanawa. War, 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 American war kanawa. ये जो सटायर है, और उसके साथ what is this? Afghan war, Iraq war, America, its role, the whole thing is crystallize into the thing, crystallize into the 4, 5, 6 paragraph, and the film is there. And I tell you, you'll be surprised too. In America, the song was used to defeat Bush. They were using it in the election campaign, and this is Sasi the political person. This is the Sasi the political person. Then comes the thing that you all know, Gaon Chhodab Nai. It's very touchy for me because I was part of it with him. Before I come to the writing of lyrics, I tell you, there are many friends who will be filmmaker here also. I want to say the commitment. It's a 6-7 minute film, but it took more than 7-8 months for us to work on it. I tell you the music portion of it, when we sat in Bombay with one of his cousin, nephew did the music, Santosh Nayak. खाली जो ढोल बजाने का है ना, percussion, there were 17 type of percussions in that thing. Why he wanted to do it? He will say, Meghnath, we will, and then I will come to say what was the reason for making that, but tell the music. Meghnath, we have to make it pan-Indian. You must have, the people in Assam also must love it, people in Gujarat. So in that one song, you will see a little bit of Bihu of Assam and a little bit of Garba of Gujarat. Although it looks like it's a film from Adivasi belt, but we had that. Then coming back to the lyric, he said, Meghnath, you have to write this song. What? I have been singing song of other. I have not written any song. Don't worry, you have led a life, you know the whole subject. Then with another friend of mine, Vinod, and myself, we sat down and we started writing. And when we are writing, this fellow is coming out with all theories. How to put those theories into paper, na? He will call and say, Meghnath, we have to give tribal wisdom. Tribal wisdom and environmental. तो उसमें सर खुजल के जो निकला, पुरखे थे के मूरख जी धरती को जंगल को बचाए, धरती रखी हरी भरी नदी मधु बहाए, तेरी हवस में लुट गई धरती जल गई हरियाली, मछली मर गई पंछी उठ गई, जाने किस दिशा है वो जाने किस दिशा है. Until unless you are coming out of this, he is not leaving you. Same thing, the next paragraph, the last paragraph. बिरसा पुकारे एकजुट हो छोड़ो ये खामोशी, मछुआरे आओ दलित आओ आदिवासी. Then I had written, लोहा गलाओ तीर पी जाओ नगारा बजाओ, लड़ाई छाड़े चारा नहीं भारतवासी. तो he said, Meghnath, we are telling लोहा गलाओ और तीर बनाओ and all these things. We are giving signal to violence, na? That's not. Then we are telling them, बिरसा पुकारे एकजुट हो छोड़ो ये खामोशी, मछुआरे आओ दलित आओ आदिवासी, खेत से उठो कल्याण से जागो नगारा बजाओ, लड़ाई छेड़ी चारा नहीं. देखो this. So this is the small areas. But I tell you the biggest joke of thing, my Maoist friends of Chhattisgarh gave a press statement that they have made the song. They have produced the song also. So Sasi phoned me and we laughed. But what to do? We cannot say that, no, they have done nothing. We wanted to, then Sasi and we said, we gave a press statement. Let our Maoist friends never be that arrogant to think that they are the only people who are doing good things. So that is how was our Sasi's satire. That is Sasi's satire again. Now coming back to Sasi the activist. मजाक से बोलता था शशि, ए मेघनाथ, when we met na, you were an activist, I was a filmmaker, and today you are a filmmaker, I am an activist. That is reality. Sati became, Sati still till his last day he stayed activist. Whenever there is something Godra happened, next morning I will get, Meghnath, we are making a committee. National committee, and you have to be there. And then he next phone after 4 hours he will say, this is all done, you have to do this, like that. Vinayak is here. Release Vinayak Sen campaign was developed on by Satya Sagar on black coffee, strong black coffee. 2 cups of strong black coffee, and they are sitting down and developing that. And after 7 days I will get a call, Meghnath, some very good news from America, some very good from England. These people are doing this, they have done this much, they have done that. This is what Sasi. And again I tell you that story, that when I did not wear that Godra t-shirt, he was so angry, you foolish Brahmin. Coming back to Sasi, the cinema film organizer, the Vibgyor Film Festival in Trichur, one friend is here, he was there to receive me when I was there. There is a festival where not only film going on like here, there will be parallel halls, and in one of the halls there will be discussion on current topics. Discussion on current time, whatever that time, what is going on, we will have a thing on discussion on current topics. Sasi the humanist. I tell you that many times we always think that we know many things. There in Siliguri there was a film festival where there was a retrospective of his film and our film. So we were both there to inaugurate the festival. After the festival is over and we were coming down, there was press people asking a certain question. And one of the press fellow told me, ये जो ट्रेन में हिजड़े लोग आदमी लोग को परेशान करते हैं ना, उसके ऊपर में आपको क्या कहना है? I was a little taken up because none of our film had anything on a subject like that, or nothing. It was not dealing. So I said, why are you asking this? This has no relevance to us. Sasi was talking to someone else here. Sasi turned from there to these press people and said, भाई साहब, आपने उन लोग के लिए कौन जगह बचा के रखा है? उनके लिए कौन जगह है ये डिग्निटी के साथ उनको जीने के लिए आपने हमने कोई जगह रखा है क्या उनके लिए? When Sasi did that, I said, I felt so ashamed that I did not take up this stand. It is Sasi who took up. He is there always with women, sexually minority, he is there. So friends, this is what Sasi. We have all learned, as I said beginning, that Sasi introduced me to Anand Patwardhan's work and Tapan's work. We all respect, but if you ask me, a person, filmmaker with full commitment, I don't see anyone over Sasi. Even Anand doesn't. You see, after Sasi is not there, Anand, quite a few times we talked on phone and we are trying to search where is his work, how we will show it to others. Anand is also so disturbed. So that is Sasi. As someone said, Sasi was the son of the famous communist pioneer of Kerala, K. Damodaran. Yes. But Sasi never talked about his father. His father was ex. Now, in the last few months, I was reading P.C. Joshi, the founder, General Secretary of Communist Party of India, P.C. Joshi. Then I wanted to understand what was the early communist movement of the country. And there I see P.C. Joshi and K. Damodaran were friends together. And they worked in their last days something together in GNU. So there when I was seeing Sasi, he was sick, he was in hospital, but he was also lying, not telling how sick he was, you know. So I felt like now I will go with this book of P.C. Joshi and ask Sasi, Sasi, now after you get up from this crisis, write on your father. But Sasi never, because he used to think that his footstep is too small to fit in his father's boot. That is what Sasi used to think. I want to tell today, my friends, Sasi's footstep in film is so big, many of us will be very hesitant to put our footstep there. Thank you.